In this video, I'm going to show you 6 iPhone settings you need to turn off right now. These 6 settings help resolve the 2 most common issues for iPhone users: personal privacy and battery draining too fast. If you just bought a brand new iPhone or have had an iPhone for a while, you will need to turn these 6 iPhone settings off right now. It's pretty easy. If you find this useful, then please consider subscribing and liking the video. Let's jump right in. Setting number 1. Let's start by hopping into the settings app on your iPhone and scroll down a little and you will find privacy and security. Scroll all the way down, you will find analytics and improvements. You will notice, depending on the options you selected when setting up your iPhone, that some of these settings are enabled while others may be disabled. We recommend disabling all these options to keep your personal data from being shared with Apple. Some of the data here is very sensitive and it's up to you if you would like to share this data with Apple, but we recommend having all these options disabled for privacy reasons. Let's move on to setting number 2. Now, let's back out of this menu, and right below Analytics Improvements, you will see Apple Advertising. In a similar way to the previous setting, this setting allows Apple to share your personal data with advertisers to sell better ads. Click on Apple Advertising, and we highly recommend you make sure personalized ads is toggled off. This will ensure Apple is not sharing your data with advertisers so that they can track you or your usage of your iPhone, and delivering targeted ads to you based on your browsing history or app usage. Setting number 3. Let's tap on back on the top left, and this will bring you back to the privacy and security menu. Scroll all the way to the top and tap on location services. And just like you wouldn't want to share your analytics or your advertising data with Apple, you also wouldn't want to share your location with Apple or random applications. If you scroll through here, you will see your applications and how you have chosen to share your location with them. Let's just click on the App Store, and you will notice you have 3 options: never, ask next time, or when I share, and while using the app. We highly recommend going through this list and setting your location sharing to never for the majority of these applications, or while using as necessary, or else these apps can track your location whenever they want, so we recommend making the setting as restrictive as possible. Now let's scroll all the way to the bottom and tap on System Services. And in this menu, you will notice more location sharing settings. Now, just as a heads up, anything marked with a purple arrow was recently used, and anything with a gray arrow is a setting that was used within the last 24 hours. We highly recommend going through these settings carefully and disabling any service you don't necessarily need. But be careful not to disable a setting that you need. For example, compass calibration can be turned off, but cell network search is probably a setting best left to be on for better cell service. A big one to turn off here is significant locations. If this setting is turned on, your iPhone will track where you go often and share this data with Apple or even potentially other applications. We highly recommend turning this off, and also make sure you hit clear history. Setting number 4. Now, we have made sure your analytics and Apple advertising is set to private, but we also recommend your browsing history and browsing usage be set to private as well. Now, let's hit the back button a couple times and get back to the main settings menu and scroll all the way to the very bottom and tap on apps. And now head into either Safari or Google Chrome based on what browser you use the most. For this example, we will head into Safari. You will notice there are a number of options in here. Let's scroll down and you will see a section labeled Privacy and Security. We highly recommend having Prevent Cross-Site Tracking enabled. Make sure you also hide IP addresses from trackers. Fraudulent website warning is best turned on. Not secure connection warning, enable that, and also enable highlights. These settings ensure you are not sharing information such as cookies, search history, and tracking information with websites to, again, targeting ads. Setting number 5. Now we have gone through and ensured we are protecting your identity and preventing the sharing of your analytics, advertising data, location services, as well as your browsing data. Let's back out of this menu and head back to the main settings menu and tweak a few settings to increase your battery life, because there are a few settings turned on by default that will quickly drain your battery. Let's tap on General and scroll down a bit and you will see Background App Refresh. And this is a big battery drain setting. At the very top, you have the option of having it set to just Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi and cellular data, or the setting we highly recommend, off. This setting touches a bit on both privacy and battery. Essentially, if this setting is set to either Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi and cellular data, it allows apps to run in the background and collect data to refresh their feed even while you're not using the application, which is a privacy concern but also drains your battery. Again, we highly recommend setting this to off, so the app will be refreshed when you open it instead of draining your battery and collecting data when you're not even using it. Setting number 6. The last setting we recommend is to back out of this menu and head to the main settings page. Now scroll all the way to the bottom and select apps. And now scroll until you find mail. Now select mail accounts at the top. You will see fetch new data at the very bottom. Essentially, if you have this turned on and push turned on, it's going to allow all of your email, including Gmail, Yahoo, etc., to be pushed to your iPhone and constantly refresh and take up a lot of your battery. We recommend turn off push and setting fetch to manually. So essentially, just let the app fetch and refresh when you launch the mail application instead, saving you lots of battery life. We highly recommend turning off these 6 settings related to your privacy and battery life to improve your iPhone. I hope this helps, and if it did, please hit the subscribe button below. It really helps me out.